Hello, everyone who's here today. So far, get myself organized. Here we are in the dog days of summer. Hot, 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 or full, 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 or resting. I need to look that reference up. Got a fan going. Keep me a little cool in this ventilated but exposed to the sunroom. It's insulated, ventilated. Always so happy to join you for this time on Sundays. Time to get still, to ponder. And so essential to our whole well-being. And thanks for carving out just a little bit of time. Mary Beth, hello, hello. And whenever you're joining us, if you're joining this after the recording, is just as great. Mary Beth and others as well come closer to see who's joining us. Mary Beth again. I'd be curious, and I'll type this into the comments. For those of you like Mary Beth who join us practically 6 days a week, 6 out of 6, I'd be curious to know what your experience is, because it's a lot of really consistent yoga practice, and that can have really palpable, transformative effects on our being. So I know we at Sun and Moon would love to hear about that. So on the website, if you go under contacts, actually I'll say this again once I start formally, which is now. So thank you. Hello. Thank you for being here with us this morning. No, afternoon. It's afternoon on the East Coast. Sandra and Mary Beth are regulars live here this morning, afternoon. So, hello, my name is aLex Levin, and you are on Sun Moon Yoga Studio's YouTube channel for a short meditation with me, aLex Levin, today. And I was just thinking this morning that a number of you who are joining me now or watch the recordings later are really dedicating chunks of your day to yoga for the last, what are we going on, 4 months? Some of you six out of 6 days a week with us, 10 o'clock on Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock in the morning for about a half-hour yoga practice, and 1 o'clock on Sundays with me, East Coast times. So if you'd like to share with us some of the challenges or some of the benefits or what you're experiencing from this consistency in your practice, this routineness, I'm sure that all of us would love to hear. And you can go on sunandmoonstudio.com, our website, and under about or contacts, if you scroll to the bottom of the homepage, there's contacts, or under the tab that's about, it has contacts under it as well, contact us. So you can just write us an email in there and let us know what it's like to do this 6 out of 6 days a week for months now. So I am continuing this summer with my theme of visiting the guidance from an ancient text, the Yoga Sutras, from our ancient sage yogis on this path, their experience. In particular, the first 5 weeks will be the laws of life, and then the next 5 will be the rules for living, rules of life. We're on the third one, which is freedom from stealing or from misappropriation. The sutras are written in a terse style. Commenters over the ages have written tomes and tomes and pages about them. But really, one of the ways to practice them is just to ponder the particular words, the particular phrases. So perhaps during today's silent 12 minutes or our meditation today, if this appeals to you, and especially after I read a couple paragraphs by my teacher, this may set the stage for pondering freedom from stealing, misappropriating. I've put in the notes on the chat, my teacher Russell Delman is a longtime meditator, Zen practitioner, 40 years or so. And he's written an essay this month entitled Remembering Love, the Hard Work of Correcting Anti-Love Forces. I'll read a page and a half of this essay, and there are another 2 pages you can follow up at the link online, russelldelman.com, under his writings. Once again, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. rocks my world with his energizing words. Power without love is reckless and abusive, and love without power is sentimental and anemic. Power at its best is love implementing the demands of justice, and justice at its best is power correcting everything that stands against love. To see love as both the path and the goal for social and racial justice elegantly marks this work as a spiritual path. To apply the same lens to our intra and interpersonal interactions is a powerful move. All who take this work seriously must stretch ourselves and sometimes contort ourselves to see if we have cast anyone, including our own inner voices, out of our hearts. Creating enemy images of others, no matter how unacceptable their behavior, makes us complicit in a divided world. Standing up for powerfully and unreservedly against injustice, while also caring for all of life, is the task, the great task at hand. A simple definition of love is the impulse to take care of and stand up for life. In this sense, anti-love and anti-life are synonymous. Justice, power, love, the unity of inner work and social action. I apply Martin Luther King's words, which he gave in the context of racial social justice, directly to the inner work of relating to thoughts, feelings, and relationships. The outer and inner worlds are not separate. They form one world. When do I forget to love? Just yesterday, in a moment of defensiveness, I used the power of my words in a way that lacked care and understanding. In a strict sense, this is an abuse of power. Every day, I witness moments of anti-love, anti-life forces at work, sometimes in my words, thoughts, and even actions. When I view every interaction with the world as expressions of love or anti-love, I am humbled. Growing up, most of us imbibed cultural attitudes based in a dominance over power structure. This structure requires an oppressor and a target. Without awareness and relearning, we apply this domineering attitude towards self and others, sometimes as oppressor and other times as the target. Each time we do this, we add negativity and hatred into the world. My first years of meditation brought me face to face with these kinds of dominance over inner voices. Sometimes the oppressive voices were dominant, and other times there was a sense of hopeless resignation. Discerning between healthy effort and destructive, violent voices was unclear to me. In learning to befriend and neutralize these voices through welcoming, warm-hearted awareness, I came to see they are not my enemies. Rather, they are frightened mental habits trying to protect me from perceived dangers. I saw that even my judgments of others were attempts at self-protection. Discovering that there are no enemies within was a transformative leap on my path. In guiding many students over the years, I have witnessed just how destructive these inner voices can be, and how transformative it is when self-caring and non-identification becomes natural. These old, internalized voices have great power until, like with the Wizard of Oz, one sees behind the curtain. Their power is based on a lack of clear awareness. Cultivating this caring attitude towards one's own abusive or defeated voices can model a way of holding those misusing their power accountable without having to turn them into inhuman enemies. I will also add a reference to the Yoga Sutra for our contemplation, as in just a moment we'll get silent. By abiding in freedom from the desire for others' possessions, which could be power or love, that which is precious is revealed, and all that is beneficial is freely given. By abiding in freedom from the desire for others' possessions, that which is precious is revealed, and all that is beneficial is freely given. So let us turn inward, taking some of these wise words, and some of them may have resonated for you. Hopefully you've set up a comfortable seat while I read. We'll take 12 minutes together, allowing ourselves to hold the space for observing how certain voices may be within us, and observing and holding them in warmth, welcoming warmth. How this process that Russell describes, this inner process, these first steps, will help us with our outer process, relating with other human beings. So let's notice the body as it is fully supported by ground, by the vertical force of gravity, its counterpart levity. Finding an ease in the breath to allow for more and more inner spaciousness and awareness, and permission to allow letting go simply with the body's alignment, stopping, bringing this precious tool of our attention to the here and now. So a very lovely three-pronged approach to settling into meditation is ground, sound, breath. Not necessarily in that order. Ground helping us to physically relax here now, yet be fully present and aware, alert. And settling into sound, which is code word for what's all around us. I take it to mean all that's shifting and moving around and inside, the spaces inside as well. Ever changing, perhaps quickly or very, very slowly. And breath. Freedom in the breath. Allowing us to feel how the life force is easily with us, and also feel how we might be constricting against it. So with those three supports, we enter into a practice of building this capacity of non-discriminating presence, ever welcoming presence for all that we sense, that we experience. And so continue to listen and sense that growing capacity, unchanged, unharmed, by anything it perceives, by anything coming through, as oppressive as it may feel, or as hopeless as it may feel. Always, we can come back to a tether if we feel like we've absenced our presence, to the tether of ground, sound, or breath. And just letting there be easy, open space for any of these inquiries around love or compassion and power or justice, wisdom. What we might be taking that is not rightfully ours, but rather something we may need to not take so that we benefit from what's already here. So bringing hands to heart center, let's bow together. So I wish you a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and perhaps this steady practice of all these tools that cultivate awareness of where our attention is and what we're doing with the gifts that we have, the love within us and the power within us, that we can use those more wisely and as healing and joyful forces rather than separating and destructive voices and actions. Thank you for joining me today. See you here Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock next week, and Sundays at 1. Thank you.